This is the capital of India, New Delhi. From the Red Fort to Kartavya Path and the Arun Jaitley Cricket Stadium, one of the venues of the World Cup match this year. Every part of New Delhi is under a thick blanket of smog. With the end of the month of October, residents start getting used to the sight and the smell of thick, toxic smog hanging over the Indian capital.
Normally when we cycle to move uphill, we have to breathe more, and now we experience heavy breathing due to the increase in pollution level. A lot of construction work in Delhi is happening, which is increasing pollution. As winter is coming near, pollution is only increasing. Also, there are so many vehicles. Construction is going on in full swing, and the stubble burning which is happening in Punjab, all these are adding to pollution in Delhi. Even normal walking is not easy.
The pollution has risen a lot, not only in Delhi but in other cities as well. The primary reason for it is cutting of trees. In some places, huge houses have been made where there is no greenery at all. All of this is contributing to illnesses. People are unable to breathe properly and are facing other problems.
I think it's quite foggy, and of course the smog you can feel the dirt, the pollution of the cars. So it's, for me, actually quite hard to breathe deeply. So we're saying it's a little bit like you have to cough the whole time. So it was also interesting because we've been to different cities in Delhi, in India for the last 2 weeks, but this kind of fog and pollution I have not experienced anywhere else.
The increasing pollution will increase respiratory distress, which will lead to trouble in their breathing for animals and birds.
Responding to the situation, the Delhi government has imposed Phase 4 of its Graded Response Action Plan, or GRAP, that bans the entry of trucks, heavy vehicles and construction work. The government also shut down primary schools in the city till the 18th of November.
Point is, it's not this kind of solution. I mean, you can't lock down the economy on a regular basis. Prior to this, there was a lockdown because of COVID itself. Right now, they are closing the schools. So I think this is not the solution. I know the children are getting affected by the pollution, but this is not the solution. They have to take very strict actions. Policies needs to be changed.
People have been advised to avoid prolonged exposure to the air outside, as low temperatures, stagnant air and crop burning in the neighboring farming states continued to cause a spike in air pollutants. This is Karnal, 3 hours by road from the capital of India. Despite knowing the dangers of air pollution, farmers continue to burn crop stubble here. Most of the farmers say they have no choice.
पराली किसान को जलाना मजबूरी है, वो भी चाहता नहीं। खेत में भी नुकसान होता है कुछ %, पर इतनी वो जलाना चाहता नहीं। अगर ज़्यादा तो अच्छा तो ये था कि पराली को अंदर खेत में दाब दे, तो खेत में भी उपजाऊ ज़्यादा होती है। फिर इतने बड़े इम्प्लीमेंट है नहीं जिससे वो दाबी जाए। छोटा किसान इतनी बड़ी वो कर नहीं सकता, इसलिए वो उसको जलाता है।
The average waiting time to rent a machine to bury the crop residue is about 2 weeks. So why don't the farmers opt for this alternative in advance?
खर्चे में अगर उसको सुपर सीटर के साथ अंदर दबवाए तो 2000 रुपये किलो, 2000 रुपये किलो खर्च होता है। वैसे जला के सीधा बुआई करवा दे, किराए का रेट है जो बुआई का 600 रुपये। अच्छा, वो 600 रुपये में फिर बुआई।
तकरीबन कितनी बचत हुई आपकी अगर जब आपने जलाया?
मतलब 1500-2000 रुपये की।
The cost can be one factor, but what about the real cost to the health and the lives of people? More than 85% of Indian farmers are categorized as small. That is, they own about 4 acres each. Together they hold 47% of the country's crop area. Sharma's asthmatic uncle is one of the victims, right in the area where his nephew is burning the stubble. He can barely breathe due to the foul air in their village and has to pump medicines directly into his lungs through a nebulizer. Many residents in surrounding areas in Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab and New Delhi share his plight, as they breathed some of the most polluted air in the world in the past week. According to the Government Air Quality Monitoring Agency, SAFAR, stubble burning in Punjab and Haryana has typically accounted for 30 to 40% of New Delhi's October to November pollution.
I think there is a background air condition coming in northern India, for instance, from the fact that many cars are old, there are many old trucks and many old buses, which will bring some air pollution. But the immediate cause is the burning of straws in states like Haryana, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh. And that happens basically every time of the year around this time, October, November, when the farmers are burning the straws. And you see this very, very heavy, extreme air pollution coming to Delhi.
The precarious situation forced the top court of India to intervene. Addressing the issue of air pollution in the Delhi NCR region, the Supreme Court of India directed the Punjab government to put an end to the stubble burning. Apart from Punjab, the court also directed the states of Haryana, Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan to ensure that burning of crop residue is stopped immediately. It said that the capital of the country could not be made to go through this year after year. But the big question is, will farmers obey the directive? Look at the image shared by NASA on the 8th of November, a day after the directive. The picture says it all. Stubble burning is just not one factor that is deteriorating the condition of the air in North India. Data from the Central Pollution Control Board shows that low wind speeds are also assisting in trapping vehicular and other emissions in thick, dense air.
Delhi sits at the border of Thar Desert on one side, so you have dust which is coming from desertification, and it is at the center of agricultural heartland of India, Western UP, Uttar Pradesh, and then you have Punjab and Haryana. So the peculiarity of Delhi, the location of Delhi itself is a major source of pollution. When wind is in the direction of Delhi, when the wind is coming from west to east, agro-residue burning and the pollution from residue burning affects Delhi a lot. So wind direction, of course, plays a significant role, especially if we are looking at pollution from agro-residue burning. Stubble burning, which is happening in Punjab and Haryana. And if the wind is coming from the other side, then pollution from Western UP will affect Delhi.
To tackle vehicular pollution, the Delhi government has brought back the odd-even road apportioning scheme for a week beginning the morning after Diwali from November 13. Under this rule, vehicles with license plates ending in odd numbers are allowed to be on the road on specific days, while those ending in an even number are allowed on other days.
ये संभावना दिख रही है कि दिवाली के बाद प्रदूषण का स्तर बढ़ सकता है.
There is a possibility that the air pollution will rise after Diwali. Given that in Delhi, the day after Diwali, from November 13th till November 20th, the odd-even formula will be implemented.
वो odd-even फार्मूला जो है वो दिल्ली में जो है लागू किया जाएगा.
However, the Supreme Court dismissed the Delhi government's odd-even scheme, describing it as mere optics without any substantial result in reducing air pollution. Let's take a look at what other steps are being taken to tackle this deadly menace. They call it an invisible enemy. No real soldiers are being sent out to fight it, but this war room is battling one of its toughest challenges: air pollution. It cuts the lifespans of people by as much as over a decade. This is the Green War Room. New Delhi's latest effort to combat a decades-old problem is a high-tech coordination center. 17 experts monitor giant screens, live streaming pollution hotspots beamed by NASA. Pollution Coordination Hub connecting 28 government departments was opened in October. Their main task is to find the exact emission site. They monitor reports sent via a Green Delhi phone app that allows residents to send geolocated photographs of pollution problems.
The users first clock on a photo showing the problems that they witness, and using the Clean Delhi app, we get the GPS coordinates. We receive complaints, or they can be sent directly to the concerned department. On average, compared to the previous record, we are receiving 100 complaints per day and can go up to 300 calls during the peak season.
The Green War Room, if handled, may turn out to help suppress pollution for a while, but a lot more needs to be done. Health concerns have skyrocketed in the past few days. People are complaining of irritation in the eyes, shortness of breath, fatigue and other symptoms, as doctors are advising against outdoor physical activity, especially early in the morning, as they are encouraging residents to stay indoors as much as possible. But then there is another worry. Doctors say those who have suffered from severe COVID-19 infection in the past are more prone to respiratory distress. Exposure to air pollution aggravates several health conditions, including asthma, cancer, lung disease, heart disease, and premature mortality. The World Health Organization estimates that air pollution is responsible for over 1.2 million deaths in India each year. After Delhi, let's take you to another city that is choking. Agra, 240 kilometers away from New Delhi. The world-famous Mughal-era white marble mausoleum in Agra that can be spotted from kilometers away in normal weather is only a blurred silhouette. Taj Mahal is veiled in a thick blanket of smog, the toxic pollution blanket that covers many parts of North India.
The pollution is more than what we had expected. We had come to see the Taj Mahal here. Unfortunately, the situation is pretty bad. I don't know what is going to happen, but this will have an adverse effect on the Taj Mahal and on our health.
But North India is not the only region in India that is breathing these toxins. On the 28th of October, residents of Mumbai woke up to a hazy morning with grey skies. The air quality showed readings above 200 and 300 in different parts of the financial capital. Though, by the 31st of October, the air quality in Mumbai was recorded as moderate. For the coastal city of Mumbai, however, this has been a recent phenomenon. Last year, Mumbai recorded air quality worse than that of New Delhi on at least one day in December. Mumbai was among the worst hit cities by air pollution. Let's take a look at the list. New Delhi again topped the real-time list with an AQI of 513 at 7 p.m. GMT on November 7th, followed by Lahore, Pakistan at 461. Kolkata was also among the worst hit cities by air pollution with an AQI of 243. Dhaka stood at number 4 with 211 AQI, followed by Karachi at 208. According to experts and doctors, the recommended AQI for any healthy person should be less than 50. India's neighboring country Pakistan too is also choking due to the toxic air. Lahore's air quality index has been ranging from 348 to 461. An AQI of 0 to 50 is considered good, while above 100 is termed unhealthy for those with pulmonary issues. Anything between 301 to 500 is hazardous. In late October, Lahore was the world's second most polluted city, according to a list compiled by Swiss group IQ Air, ranging just behind India's New Delhi.
Lahore keeps reaching #1 among the world's top polluted cities. We feel it because those of us who exercise here have all got bad throats and are feeling unwell. We walk here daily. I walk 6 to 7 kilometers daily, and my throat has become sore because of the pollution. I've never had a bad throat before, but it's happening now because there is too much pollution.
The government of Pakistan, Punjab, of which Lahore is the capital, has made it mandatory for all students to wear masks to school, with police tasked to catch smoke-emitting vehicles as well as to check rice stubble burning. China's Hangzhou and Wuhan also made it to the list. Authorities issued their highest warnings for fog and haze in major northern cities of China. Even Beijing was engulfed in a thick smog.
We came to Beijing for just a holiday. I did not expect the smog to happen and for it to be so bad. The masks that I brought along are almost all used up.
The smog is very serious here, which is why I won't go out for a run like usual.
Pollution control experts say that increased industrial activities, heavy trucking and crop fires are contributing to the haze in the region. According to official forecasts, tens of millions of people in Beijing and surrounding areas will continue to have serious pollution throughout the first half of November. All major countries featured in the list are from Asia. According to the United Nations Environment Programme, over 6.5 million people die annually from exposure to poor air quality. 70% of air pollution-related deaths take place in the Asia-Pacific. Air pollution is today one of the most pressing environmental health crises in the world. In addition to health hazards, air pollution is a threat to the region's economy, food and water security, and climate systems. This hampers the region's efforts to grow sustainably and alleviate poverty. So, what's the action plan?
I believe that the most significant policy that has led to reduction in air pollution across the world, not only in India, and we have to learn from other countries in the world, has been the action on solid fuels. All the solid fuels that we use, whether it is biomass or coal. Similarly, we will have to control emissions from industrial sector. About 30% of all the air pollution in India is from industrial sector, whether it is power plants or heavy industries or small scale industries. They do contribute significant amount of pollution. So controlling industrial pollution is going to be the other big issue.
So in every city in the world, we need good public transport system, good metro systems, good bus systems. And of course, we need the cars to go electric. That's starting happening. In my nation, Norway, now 90% of all new cars sold are electric. In China, which is the biggest market in the world, about 30% of all new cars are electric.
My children asked me to go back to my hometown in Bihar and find employment there. They asked me why I work in this polluted and diseased city. If I don't have any financial commitments and if I had employment in my home state, I would not have chosen to come to Delhi and work.
Like Gulshan Kumar, an auto rickshaw driver working in New Delhi, millions of workers, outdoor laborers and other marginalized communities are out there with no alternative but to breathe in the poor quality air. So, what's the option for them? breathing poison? Perhaps it is time to wake up. Schools shut, movement of vehicles restricted, construction banned. People are back to wearing masks. These are just temporary solutions. In 2020, the Indian government brought in a new law through ordinance to set up a commission to tackle the problem of air pollution in Delhi National Capital Region. But the fact remains, every year is the same story. Every year, people die inhaling these toxins. Every year, the burning of the crops goes unchecked. This is not just the story of India. More than 89% of pollution-related premature deaths occur in low- and middle-income countries. Apart from loss of lives, according to the World Bank, air pollution costs the world trillions of dollars a year and severely impedes development in many countries. Can we change the course for a better future? Or is the damage beyond repair?